It was supposed to be a normal breakfast. Nothing fancy, nothing special. Just another busy morning at a Waffle House in Lamarck, Texas, the kind of place where the smell of coffee mixes with sizzling ham and everyone is in a hurry to start their day. Laura sat quietly at the counter, sipping her coffee, watching the world pass by. She owned a salon nearby and often stopped here before work. The diner was packed. Plates clattered, voices overlapped, orders were shouted from the kitchen. Then something caught her eye. Behind the counter stood Ivani Williams, just 18 years old, working hard to save money for college. Laura had seen her before. Something about her always stood out, not in a bad way, just a feeling Laura couldn't explain. That morning, an elderly man walked in slowly and took a seat directly across from where Ivani was working. He looked fragile. An oxygen tank rested beside him. His hands trembled slightly as he spoke. He ordered a simple plate of ham, hoping for a warm meal to break his routine. What happened next didn't look right. Laura noticed Ivani glancing around, quick looks to the left, to the right, as if making sure no one was paying attention. Then she leaned closer to the old man, listening carefully, nodding. Laura's stomach tightened. Why was she acting like that? The diner was full of customers, yet Ivani seemed completely focused on this one man. The cook called her name. Orders were ready. Other customers waited. Ivani ignored them all. She took the old man's plate and pulled it behind the counter. From where Laura sat, it looked suspicious, unacceptable, even disturbing. Instinct kicked in. Laura quietly lifted her phone and began recording. Behind the counter, Ivani lowered her head, hiding her hands from view. Whatever she was doing, she clearly didn't want it seen. Laura felt her heart race. Was she really doing something to that man's food? The old man watched her calmly, unaware of the storm brewing just feet away. Laura couldn't hear their conversation over the noise, but she saw the man struggle slightly, gesturing toward his plate, his hands. And then it happened. Ivani picked up a knife. Laura's breath caught. This was it. This was the moment. The waitress bent over the plate, her movements careful, deliberate, and completely hidden from the rest of the diner. Laura stared at her screen, unsure whether she was witnessing something cruel or something no one was prepared to understand. And in just a few seconds, one simple action would turn suspicion into something entirely different and change Ivani's life forever. Ivani wasn't doing anything cruel. She was doing something kind. Behind the counter, hidden from view, she carefully cut the ham into smaller pieces, slow, precise movements, making sure the old man could eat without struggling. His hands were too weak to hold the knife steadily. He had asked for help, and Ivani didn't hesitate. She ignored the cook calling her name, ignored the impatient looks, ignored the rush. For her, there was only one thing that mattered, the man sitting in front of her. When she placed the plate back down, the old man smiled softly, a quiet, grateful smile that said more than words ever could. Laura's hands trembled. She stopped recording. She realized she hadn't just witnessed something suspicious, she had captured a rare moment of humanity. Laura paid her bill and left the diner, still processing what she'd seen. On impulse, she posted the video to Facebook with a simple caption praising Ivani's kindness. Within minutes, her phone exploded. Likes, shares, comments, thousands, then tens of thousands. The video went viral. People around the country were moved by the moment, an 18-year-old waitress choosing compassion over convenience. Even Ivani's mother watched in disbelief, overwhelmed with pride. Then, something unexpected happened. One afternoon, while Ivani was working her shift, the mayor of Lamarck walked into the Waffle House. He approached her quietly and handed her a check. $16,000. A college scholarship. Ivani froze, tears filling her eyes. She had done nothing for attention, nothing for reward. She had simply helped someone who needed it. The old man later said the moment meant everything to him, not because of the food, but because someone cared. And Ivani, she shrugged it off with a smile. It's just something I'd do for anyone, she said. Sometimes the smallest acts of kindness change lives. Not just the person receiving them, but the one giving them too.